Well, cowboys and cowgirls, it's a real Red Dead Redemption day. Look at the European markets last night. That's where we're going to start today's video at. DAX down 2.2% last night, FTSE down 1.5%, and the CAC was down over 2%. And when you had all that going on in the European markets, that was going to bleed over probably to the US markets, and oh boy did it okay? Dow down over 800 points today, okay? Dow tanks 800 points after bond market flashes a recession warning. S&P 500 down about 3% today. NASDAQ down over 3%. And for those of you keeping track at home, in terms of the biggest point losses in the history of the Dow 30, today was the fourth biggest point drop in the history of the Dow, okay, at just over 800 points. So needless to say, it was a rough day in the markets, but I don't even think the markets tell the full story, because I was looking at stocks down way more than 3% today, okay? If we go to the stock tracker app, basically, there's about 88 stocks I track on a daily basis on my stock tracker app, okay? And if we go ahead and look at that list, there was only 2 green stocks I could find out of the 88, okay? 86, the other 86 were all red, okay? Home finished partly green today, so I guess that's what we need for home stock to go up. We need the market just to completely crash and somehow home stock will go up, okay? And then Switch was up 0.2% today. And those, out of 88 stocks, those were literally the only 2 green ones I could find, okay? Now let's start going through some of these massive drops here, okay? In terms of double-digit losers today I could find out of those 88 stocks, United Natural Foods was down about 11.5%, and then we also had Nordstrom, JWN down over 10% on the back of basically Macy's came out with their earnings and they disappointed. And basically any business models that are anything in relation to Macy's end up getting hit big, and so that's why JWN was down over 10% today. Now if we look at the 7 to 8% losers, we had quite a few of those on the list. We had L Brands, that one was down over 8% today. Look at that one, down to 20 bucks. I still can't buy L Brands, by the way. Even here, just for the mere fact that they're involved in that whole Epstein scandal and what part did they play in it, and the brand in terms of VS is still trying to recover. I still can't even buy that one here at 20 bucks, okay? Maybe at some point there's value there. I still can't even buy it here, okay? Neo Corporation down about 8% today. You know they're trying to be like the Tesla China electric vehicle maker in China, okay? AMC, that one's down about 8% today as well, and Stitch Fix down 7.7%. So needless to say, had a lot of downward movers there, big names, okay? Then if we go ahead and look at the 6+% movers, we had a few of those that were on the list. Uber stock down another 6.83% today. That one's gotten hit day after day after day recently, okay? That one's into the $33 range now. Tesla stock down about 6.5% today, one of the worst days for Tesla stock probably since earnings, okay? TPR is Tapestry Brands, okay? That one's down to about 25 bucks. That one I just started buying, and I want to add a really big position on that one. They own Coach, Kate Spade, Stuart Weitzman. That one fell about 6.4%. I would love that one to keep falling. Let's put it that way, because I would love to build that into a massive position, okay? Shiloh Industries down about 6.3%, and then Groupon down over 6% today. It was kind of interesting. Look at that. Uber and Tesla right together there, 6.83%, and Tesla down 6.54%, because just literally last night on the Financial Education channel, I put out a video that no one watched called Tesla stock versus Uber stock. Only 10,000 people watched that video. What the heck? No one wants to care about those two, I guess, at least when it comes to comparing them. And next up here, if we look at the 5% losers, there were a lot of 5% losers today, okay, on that 88 stock list, okay? Activision Blizzard, one of the biggest video game publishers in all the world. That one's down 5.96% today. Fizzy stock, I went ahead and bought some Fizz stock today. Fizz stock was down 5.9% today. If you don't know, they make LaCroix. They also make a bunch of other beverages, but LaCroix is their main products. AMD stock got hit by 5.8% today. Fitbit down, usual 5.78%. Fitbit, man. How much longer do you think those guys will actually make it, or are they going to sell out sometime soon? Noodles & Company down about 5.76%. 6%. That's a restaurant company for those of you who don't know. Patriot One Technologies has some unbelievable technology. They're trying to build that business out. Very, very small cap company, needless to say. That one was down about 5.73%. Transcentric, they make robots for doing surgeries. They're actually a competitor of like Intuitive Surgical, just a very, very small company. And that one's down about 5.71%. Skechers, Skechers shoes down 5.57%. Yelpy down 5.55%. Capri Brands, they own Michael Kors, Jimmy Choo, and some other brands. They were down about 5.5% today. Zillow stock, getting very intriguing down here at the $34 range, down another 5+% here today for Zillow stock. ANET Corporation, now we're looking at the ones that fell 4%. This is quite a big list of stocks that fell 4+%, okay? ANET Corporation down about 4.93%. Under Armour down 4.88%. That one continues to fall. TXT is Textron Corporation. That one is down 4.87%. KTB, they make Wrangler jeans, Lee jeans, and whatnot. Big, huge potential dividend payer out there. That one's down about 4.83%. And think about a stock that would probably do very good in a recession scenario. KTB is that type of name, selling $20 and $30 jeans. It's a pretty good business in a recession, okay? Micron Corporation, one of the biggest memory chip makers in all of the world, down 4.82% here today. Facebook made a surprisingly big downward move here today, 4.64%. I was surprised Facebook made that big of a downward move here today, okay? US Steel Corporation, ticker symbol X there, down 4.54%. That comes as no surprise anytime the market gets hit big. All those steel stocks usually get hit as well. Shopify even was down 4.45%. It's one of the hottest stocks in the stock market past several years. Whirlpool Corporation down 4.33%. You know them as the appliance brand. Align Technology, that one continues to fall, getting to 52-week lows now, down another 4.24%. The valuation on Align Technology has gotten very compelling now, okay? Winning Resorts, not so winning today, down another 4+%. That one continues to get hammered. I'm hoping that one goes under 100, and if things continue the way, that stock will be under 100 very, very soon. And being that I would love to build that into a very, very big position, I definitely welcome that, okay? Netflix under $300 a share now. As of today, okay, closed at $299 a share. 4.22% downward move for Netflix today. Limelight Networks, that one's down over 4% today. Goldman Sachs, one of the best investment banks, let's say the best investment bank in the world, ticker symbol GS there. That one was down over 4%. Eli down over 4%. Dave & Buster's, which is ticker symbol play there. That one was down over 4%. A lot of you guys know Dave & Buster's, have been to Dave & Buster's, and you might even like Dave & Buster's, okay? Not the best balance sheet on that company, let me just tell you that, okay? Kroger, ticker symbol KR, biggest grocery store chain in all of the United States of America. That one was down over 4% today. Pretty good dividend payer there, and another business that in a recession is going to do very, very well, or at least see their business hold up very well. I might buy that one soon, actually. Zynga Corporation down over 4% today. Box down over 4% today. Intuit, which makes TurboTax, QuickBooks, and a lot of those great softwares, that one was down over 4% today. And this brings me to a video I put out about a week or two ago on Financial Education 2 called How to Prep for the Recession. I think that's a video definitely worth checking out, okay? And now speaking about recession, a recession coming maybe in the back half of this year in 2019 or coming in 2020. With the yield curve inverting today, a lot of people are thinking, it's more of a sure thing or something like that. And with all the trade war and the tariffs and all the worries and the fact that we've seen companies' earnings be almost down across the board, with everybody looking at that, a lot of people are feeling we're going to have a recession, okay? And so this brings me up to a video I put out about 6 or 7 months ago on Financial Education 1. Basically, I was talking about there's about a 70% chance of recession in 2020, in my personal opinion. And some folks are wondering, what about now? Do I still feel the same way? Do I feel like there's more of a likelihood of recession than when I did that video? Do I feel like there's less of a likelihood? And my thoughts are, I actually feel about the same in terms of if we'll see a recession in 2020. I can't 100% say for certain, yes, we're going to have a recession in 2020. I still feel about 70-30, meaning like I feel like 70% chance we have an actual recession in 2020. I feel like there's about a 30% chance we don't have a recession in 2020. So I actually feel about the same same that I felt like 6 or 7 months ago, which is why I'm keeping plenty of money on the sideline. Now, I did deploy a good amount of money in the market today, but I'm not going in super heavy, because being that I think stock prices will probably go lower over, let's say, the next 6 to 12 months with the possibility of a recession coming in 2020, in that type of scenario, I don't need to like go all in on the market here today or something like that. I deployed some more money in the market. I'm hoping it falls more. I hope some of these stocks fall lower, and I'll continue to deploy money. And if we go into recession, I'll continue to deploy money and deploy money and deploy money and continue to invest throughout the recession until we come up and stocks start moving up and stocks get great again. And oh my gosh, we all of a sudden made a bunch of money. Okay, so that's kind of my plan going in, but I don't really feel any differently about a recession in 2020. I feel like there's about a 70% chance we will have one. I feel like there's about a 30% chance we won't. And in terms of the severity of the recession, I think when we do have the recession, it will be more lame than like the 2008 through 2010 recession. I think this one will be much more calm. I don't think this one will be nearly as deep as the last recession, and I don't think stocks will get hit 50+% like they did, in basically that recession, because that was a recession that, the entire financial system nearly collapsed. If I'm looking at bank balance sheets and things like that, I don't see nearly as much bank risk out there, at least going into this one, as there was in the last one. That doesn't mean stocks can't get hurt a lot worse, because they absolutely can, and things like that. But if I'm looking at severity, I just don't think the next recession will be nearly as severe as the last recession, because it was a totally different time going into 2007 than basically where we're at now, and with company balance sheets, with bank balance sheets and whatnot, guys. So I still feel about a 70% chance we'll have a recession in 2020. We'll have to see how it all plays out. This is why I always love to keep some money on the sideline. I always preach to you guys 10 to 30%. Watch that video, How to Prep for a Recession. It is a must watch on Financial Education 2. I put that video out a couple weeks ago, about a week or two ago. Make sure you go watch that video right freaking now, okay? Thank you for watching, and have a great day.